Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Rays MLB 25 franchise. We just wrapped up Season 2. We are sitting here at the beginning of the postseason, and I said I was going to show you the league leaders and the postseason. Let's do the league leaders right now and get that out of the way so I can advance. See, Steven Kwan led the American League hitting .312. Shohei hit .325 on the National League side. Brent Rooker, 181 hits. Shohei, .212. Doubles, Jarren Duran, 53. Julio Rodriguez, 52. 56 for Trey Turner, 50 by Shohei. Triples, Willie Castro with 12. Shohei with 14. Jeez, what a year by Shohei. Home runs, Brent Rooker, 45. Santander, 40. And we saw him hit two of them off of us. And Shohei had 48. What did he do? He had 50 doubles, 14 triples, and 48 home runs. My goodness. And stole 44 bases. Can you say overpowered? Look at that. What a joke. RBI, John Kenzie Noel with 114. My goodness. 35 bombs, too. Judge with a 111. Shohei with 138. Rooker had 99 runs. 142 runs by Shohei. Has he even ever come close to that? Yeah, 134. My God, have a year. Robles, 44 steals. Shohei, 44. He led the world in everything. Walks, 101 for Judge. 97 for Bryce and Vladdy, who's now with Arizona. On base, 405 Kwan. 407 Shohei. Trout, 622 slugging. 38 home runs will do that. 665 for Shohei. OPS, 1,011 for Trout. 1,072 for Shohei. Brian Wu, Pablo Lopez with 17 wins. Roki Sasaki with 18. Only 5 losses there. Saves, Griffin Jax, 47. I was looking at this early. He only gave up 36 hits in 60 innings with 14 walks. What was that whip? 082. Goodness sakes. And Daniel Nunez with the Mets with 51. Bryce Miller, 2.33 ERA, my bad. Shoto Imanaga, 210. Schwellenbach, 213. Goodness. Kikuchi, 14 home runs. Clay Holmes, 14. Shutouts, Pablo, 4. Shoto, 3. McClanahan leads the American League in strikeouts again with 216. Actually leads the entire major leagues for the second year in a row. There we go. Complete games. They have fixed the innings pitched. And we still get a lot of guys with 200 innings pitched, but they at least fixed complete games. George Kirby, 219. Shoto, 223. Walks allowed. Whip. Paul Skeens, my goodness. Pitching WAR, George Kirby, 4.5. Shoto, 5.9. Batting WAR, Julio, 6.9. Shohei, 10.4. What did he have? So he had 10.4 on the hitting side, so 14.7. I'm sorry, 12.7, can't add. 12.7 WAR for Shohei. Have a year, Shohei. So that's the league leaders as far as that goes. We'll do the awards as soon as we get done with the World Series so we can see all of them at one time. So let's advance through the postseason quickly. And the Dodgers beat the Twins in the World Series. So now we can go look at the awards. Will Smith, World Series MVP, 348, 1 and 3. Yandy Diaz, American League postseason MVP. Okay, worked out for them. And Shohei was the National League postseason MVP. Shohei wins the National League MVP. Rooker wins American League. Cy Young goes to Shoto and Kirby. Batting title we already had. Kwan and Shohei. Reliever, Tanner Scott. Justin Slayton, 46 saves with a .078 ERA. Wow, okay. Rookie of the Year, Lazaro Montes, 22 home runs, 69 RBIs. If Carson Williams could have gotten his average up around 250, he probably wins that award because he won the Gold Glove at short. Jacob Mizrachi, Rookie of the Year on the National League side. Hank Aaron goes to Trout and Shohei, Gold Glove. See right here. We already showed you this, Carson Williams. Nobody else was close, though. Silver Slugger, we had no one close. Nope. So there you have it. There's our league leaders. There's our playoffs. And now it's time to get into the offseason. We knew our manager's contract was expiring. Retired players, Liam Hendricks, JD Martinez. Thank you, JD, for your service in year 1. Nathan Eovaldi, Kyle Hendricks, Kenley Jansen, Matt Carpenter, and then a bunch of free agents. Nobody inducted into the Hall of Fame. Okay. And we have no exclusive free agents. That's good. We don't have to worry about that. We do need a manager. So let's go in here and take a look at what's available. Ooh, 2 power, 2 plate discipline. Definitely interested in Benny Pease. I'll take the -1 stamina to get 3 plate vision, 3 stealing, and 2 power there. So Benny Pease and Jose Rivera are top of the list. Yeah, I'm not going to lose control for the power. So we got those 2 guys there. I think we have 2 good options. Let's go see how much they're going to cost us. We'll offer both. Yeah, we're going 5 years. He wants 5.9. Let's just make it an even $6 million a year. That gets him over half. Let's try him. 5 years. Let's offer him $6 million as well. If we're going to spend $6 million, we're going to spend $6 million. This should get us to the top on this guy. He's close. All right, we'll advance a day and see where we stand with that. We have a budget surplus of $85 million right now. Available budget $90 million, and we have plenty of room. Let's go here to the budget. $110 million on player salaries. We have $57 million available. I'm going to tell you right now, though, Morel may be on the trading block. If not right now, definitely at the trade deadline. Flores is getting traded this offseason. We have a bunch of other guys. DeLuca, I am not going to pay him arbitration. He is getting traded for sure. And Brent's, we're going to get rid of him. Sulzer's going to get rid of, we're probably just going to straight up cut him. Jonathan Hernandez, these 2 guys in their 30s, especially the 36-year-old, he's going bye-bye. And don't have a lot of money spent down here, so that's good. So let's advance this day. Benny Pease is no longer interested. Okay. He must have signed somewhere. And Astros are trying to jump on Jose Rivera. Well, not going to let them have him. We're still going 5 years. We'll just push it up to $6.5 million. And hopefully that will be good because, I mean, 3 plate vision, that helps us with not striking out and making better contact. Plus 3 stealing helps everybody else besides Chandler Simpson. And the 2 power, I'm not worried about the stamina. All right, advance one more day. And we got him. Jose Rivera is our manager. There we go. So we get +3 vision, +2 power, +3 stealing. We're getting +4 power with those 2 guys. And another one here. So we're getting +5 across the board on our power, which is our biggest weak spot. So gotta like that. That takes 65 power up to 70. 70 power to 75. So yeah, that should definitely help us this year. One thing I am going to do, there are a couple of position changes I want to make. And Willie Sanchez's defense is never going to be great to play right field. That arm is just terrible. He's a great fielder. You just can't throw the ball. So, and he is the same exact height as Trey Morgan. Trey's up to an 80. Love that. And so with that defense being wasted at first base, we're going to flip these 2. I'm going to put Trey Morgan in right field, which is already a secondary position. Get that. And we're going to move Willie Sanchez to first base, where his defense, his reaction will be great, but his throwing arm won't make a difference. So let's make him first base, and we'll see what it does to his secondary positions. And it should drop his overall. It actually went up. So he's 85. That's fine. Right field. Trey Morgan stays at 80. So that defense will be much improved in right field. And I already moved Pete Murray to left field. And what I'm going to do with Pete Murray is we're going to put him in AAA next season and let him play every day. I don't want to waste his bat right now. That'll use up another option after spring training, but I want him to get a full year of development, and then he'll be good to go once Morel is gone. And we're going to end up using either Palacios or Morel in left anyway, and DH Figueroa. Carter, I moved him to center field. He's going to play everyday center field. Chandler Simpson is going to be his platoon because Carter can't hit lefties worth of crap, and Chandler at least has 62 contact, same defense, and we get a lot of speed. So I know left-handed batter, but he's going to play against lefties. Johnny's going to get traded, and we need to get some more outfield prospects behind all of these guys. Carson is good there. Junior's good there. Lou's our new starter. It's like I need to add a third baseman and a second baseman. So I have to trade off some of these older players for prospects. I'll be looking to backfill our organization at these positions. Flores is getting traded away. Aranda is out of options, so he will have to come to the major league team and back us up at first and second. And Wilmer, he's not making a whole lot of money. He's only making 2.2, but he's going to have to get traded. We just need to clear a spot, and he's 35 years old. He's going to start regressing. Willie Sanchez is going to be our first baseman, and Aranda is going to be his backup. And I believe, does Morel have third base, left field, first base? No, he can't. So we can always move Trey Morgan back to first if we need to on a platoon situation. But anyway, Lou up to an 83 overall. Can't wait to get him in the order, top of the order. Have Figueroa, Lou, and Caminero at the top of the order. Basalo's no longer injured, so that's good. And yeah, I need to move Sam Johnson to just straight reliever, which is going to knock down his overall, which is good because that gives us some room to grow. There's Johnson at 72, knocked him down. And I'm going to move Guy. He's a 77. We're going to move him to relief pitcher as well temporarily until Fairbanks' contract is over. So he's going to drop in his overall as well. That's okay. Gives me more room to grow. There he is, 75 instead of 77. But he's going to be in the bullpen. Not sure. Sam may go to the minors for a year, but we're definitely going to go with Guy and Clevenger as our lefties out of the pen. Brent's is going bye-bye. We're going to need another reliever at the bottom of our bullpen. And as you saw in last episode, Jackson Ferris is going to be in main contention with Joe Boyle, maybe even Mike Vassell. Those guys are going to be competing for the number 5 spot. Zepeda is a C potential. He's going to the minors. Klassen, he was okay. He was up and down, 6 ERA. He's probably going to go to how many? Yeah, he's got 2 more options. So we'll just send him down, let him develop and get better. Trevor Harrison is one of our top prospects. Needs another year or 2 before he'll be up. Dylan Lesko's in the same boat. And Hunter Barco is no longer a Rule 5 pick, so we can send him to the minors and let him develop even though he's 26 years old. We don't need to carry him on our roster. So that's where we stand with our roster. Already made the position switches, so now I need to cut some players because we have 96 players and you got to get down to 93. So real simple, we're going to make some cuts right now that I was planning on doing. Cole Sulzer, 36 years old, you're gone. Look at him. Yeah, you're gone. Yep, you're gone. Now we're down to 93. I wish they had not taken the wheel with their ratings off at the top right next to their name. So you can easily see their stamina. Garth Larson, have him as a starting pitcher, but we're going to move him to the pen right now. Doesn't have the stamina to start anyway. And that'll give us another relief pitcher down here that can develop. Got a couple of A's down here and a B. So we got some good young relievers that are going to develop, and they'll be up at some point. I know Goss did well pitching in the minor league rotation last year, but he's going to go back to the pen. Give us another arm. So there we go. Bounce it out. Still have too many starting pitchers. Typically want 17, maybe 18. So we're going to have to move some guys, but need to get a second baseman, need to get a third baseman, and need to get some more relievers because typically like to carry 5 starters, 7 relievers. So we need to get more relievers. So we'll try and slide some of these starters over to reliever. And I've already decided, as I said before, we're going to get rid of Jake Brentz. Johnny DeLuca, Wilmer Flores, and we'll try and backfill some of our prospects with these guys. Let us get into the first day of free agency since we have no one else to sign and we've got our manager. And there we go. There's all the free agents. We have arbitration for DeLuca, Caballero, Clevenger, Faedo. All right, so Brent's is going to get traded. Here's a tip for you. If they're arbitration eligible, you can trade them all the way up until the deadline to offer arbitration. You don't have to hold them until they win or lose arbitration. You can trade them up until the deadline to offer. If you don't trade them before then you have to either offer arbitration or try and get them signed or just let them go as a free agent. So we're going to get rid of Brent's and DeLuca. I might even package them both together. And the rest of these guys, I will sign. I will try to sign them to decent contract. Otherwise, we'll just take a 1-year arbitration on these guys. 40-man, we are at the 40-man. We're going to have to make some changes because we're going to lose Braden Taylor. Don't want to do that. Dylan Lesko, Tommy Troy. So we have some, let's see, Rule 5 eligible. Just come in here and this will tell you guys that you could possibly lose in this column right here. So Lesko has to be added. Baumeister, Wiles, we got a bunch of guys. So we may make a bunch of trades in this offseason because we have to redo our 40-man roster. So Goss needs to come off. A bunch of these guys need to come off the 40-man. Don't need 4 catchers on the 40-man. Definitely he's going away, so that'll clear a spot there. Need to add Tanner Murray. No, Braden Taylor needs to be added. And Brooks Lee, he's already on. So Tommy Troy may get traded. We don't need both. All these guys in left field on the 40-man. All these guys center field. So we're just going to trade him off. So got some work to do. And I will look at some trades. And we will make them before the deadline to set our 40-man. We'll come back and fix our 40-man there. There's our contracts to tender. Let's look at free agency. Tarek Skubal, looking for $38.6 million per year. Crochet, 33. Jazz, 22. Freddie Peralta, almost 28. Bubic, closer, 10. Helsley, 12. There's Rasmussen. He got hurt. You think he pitched 5 games max for Texas? Didn't even pitch in September. Got hurt. So they made the trade for Evan Carter, and then he gets hurt and doesn't finish off the season for them. So he's looking for $21 million, and we weren't going to pay that, so that's why we made that trade. Bubic. There's all the closers. Jeffers would be awesome to have, but I don't want to pay him $12 million. We just got Basallo. He's 29 years old. We're just going with the young guys. Pete Alonso looks like a replacement for Christopher Morel, except at first base instead of left field. But he won $17 million a year. And while it'd be nice to have Alonso in the middle of our order, we're just gonna go young. He's already 32. Anthony Rendon. Finally out from that contract. Rosarena. Not a lot of center fielders. Jorge Soler. Wish his defense was better. And we have found our first trade. We're sending Johnny DeLuca, Jake Brentz, and Nathan Wiles to the Guardians for 2 prospects. This 20-year-old B potential third baseman, Welbin Francisca, and a 25-year-old 67 overall second baseman, Yordis Valdez. Offload some salary, clear up some 40-man roster spots, and we are good to go. And we have one more trade. We're sending out Wilmer Flores and Jamie Westbrook to the Red Sox for their 19-year-old B potential reliever, Roger Segura. Great hits and walks per 9. His Ks and home runs are not in a good spot, but 19 years old, we'll take that and give them a veteran bat and a veteran utility player. And we have one more trade. Just need to move off of one of our starting pitchers to get a minor league center fielder. So we're going to trade Mike Vassell to the Mets for Simon Wan, 21-year-old C potential center fielder. And we're moving on from Logan Driscoll. We don't need 4 catchers on the 40-man roster, so we're going to ship him off to the Yankees for 19-year-old Alonso Guerrero. He's only a 53 overall. Decent defense, though, and they'll just save us a player that we possibly could have lost in the Rule 5 draft. And I've gone in here and offered contracts to these arbitration-eligible players, hoping to sign them without going to arbitration. And tender contracts, we've gone in and offered everybody renewables down here at the bottom, but we're going to try and pay out some big money up front and save us money later. We're offering Lou Garcia 6 years, $66 million, so $11 million a year, and he's only played 1 month with the team. Carson Williams, 4 years, $27.8. Trey Morgan, 13 mil over 4. Willie Sanchez, 2.3 over 3. Basallo, 15 over 4. Just going to re-sign Murray. Figueroa's getting 66 over 6, just like Lou Garcia. We'll lock those guys down before they get into the $20 to $30 million range, and we can't afford them. And we will just see what happens here, but we may be paying a bunch of our young players a lot of money early, so we don't have to pay them a lot of money later. Let's advance a day or two and see how this works out. And Willie Sanchez took that 3-year deal. Lou Garcia agrees to that 6-year, $66 million contract, so we get him locked in for $11 mil per year. Jose Caballero's coming back. He avoids arbitration. So does Garrett Clevenger. And Carson Williams signs his 4-year, $27.8 million extension, so we got him locked up in through most of his arbitration years. Pretty expensive, but that's what you got to pay for a Gold Glove shortstop. Hopefully that offense will develop. And Jazz Chisholm goes back to the Yankees, 4 years, $87.2 million. Tarek Skubal goes to the Cubs, 8 years, $314 million. And on our side, Trey Morgan signed his extension, so we have him for 4 years at $13 million total. Pete Alonso goes to the Twins. They replaced Yandy Diaz with Pete, 3 years, $54 million. Wish we could have afforded that. It would have been nice to have him at first base, but we'll do fine with our young players. And we were going to lose Tommy Troy in the Rule 5 draft, so we shipped him off to the Dodgers for 2 prospects. Joendry Vargas, 21-year-old C potential shortstop, and Jesus Galiz, 23-year-old prospect catcher. So we get our 7th catcher and replace Troy with a younger version at shortstop, so we don't lose him for nothing. Ian Happ signs a 3-year, $69.5 million deal to go play for the Padres. Ryan Helsley, 2 years, $26 million to the Diamondbacks. Freddie Peralta goes back to the Brewers, 3 years, $64.7 million. Crochet to the Angels, 9 years, $338 million. That's actually good for them. They needed pitching. Dodgers signed Chris Bubich to a 3-year, $30 million deal to improve their bullpen. And now it's draft lottery time. See, the Rockies lost 105 games. The White Sox and Blue Jays have the best odds for the number 1 pick. We sit at number 10. Guess we won that tiebreaker with the Pirates for the seeding. So see if we move up at all. Hopefully we don't drop at all. Just stay right there if we're not going to move up. And I'll be right back with the results of the lottery. And huge movers there. Astros go up 3, Marlins go up 3, Orioles up 4, Nationals up 2. Poor Rockies, Blue Jays, and White Sox all get shoved down to 5, 6, and 7. We stay at 10, so we will have a top 10 pick in the draft this next season. So it means we got to start looking for, hopefully we can find a stud starting pitcher, but I'll take a stud player if we can find one, just preferably not second base or third base. But we'll get into that next season. So we pick number 10 in next summer's draft. And it is Rule 5 draft day. We have no open spots, so we will not be participating in the draft, but I want to see if we lose anybody. So let's advance and see what happens. Doesn't look like we've lost anybody so far. Made it through, didn't lose anybody, so that's good. And Alec Boehm signs with the Yankees, 4 years, $90.3 million. Shane Bieber goes to the Mets, 5 years, $123 million. And Sam Basallo signed his extension way back on November 22nd, but we're still waiting on Andres Figueroa to accept that 6-year, $66 million deal, and he has not, so we may end up having to renew him for 1 year and try again next year. And we're going to try to submit a different contract to Figueroa now. Drop it from 6 to 5, but it also drops it from 11 down to 8 million. And we'll see how that goes. We only got about a week before we have to renew his contract. And he promptly takes that deal, 5 years, $39.97 million. So everybody is signed. All of our arbitration guys avoided arbitration, and we are ready to go for next season. I was not interested in anything big in free agency. We are pushing our limits right now on our budget. We're at $176 million. We have $30 million space available. And at some point, we're going to have to deal with Shane Baz, probably trade him in 2028, if not in the offseason before that. Probably won't be bringing back Fairbanks. But big deal there with McClanahan and Pepio. Caminero signed 12.5 a year. Garcia, 11 per year. Figueroa, 8 per year. Carson Williams, 4 years at 7 per year. So we're getting all of our young players signed to these longer term deals for a little bit more money. We could have got by with a lot of renewals, but then we would be hit with huge bills for arbitration and free agency. So we're trying to get them all locked down for the next 4 to 5 years and let them develop and try to win a division championship and a World Series before we have to really pay these guys big bucks. And the last day of free agency before spring training, Brusdar Graterol, 28-year-old B potential, sitting out here as a free agent, doesn't strike out the world, but has great pitching clutch, great hits per 9, walks per 9, home runs per 9. We're going to offer him $4 million for 1 year, and I'll take the younger, better relief pitcher than some of the guys we might have had to backfill out of the minor leagues. And he takes it. So there we go. We did sign a free agent, a bigger name free agent, to improve our bullpen. Hopefully we will stop giving up leads next year. And now that we have everybody signed and all the trades made, run down real quick what we have. So we have McClanahan, Baz, Bradley, Pepio as our top 4 starters. Jackson Ferris, Joe Boyle, Klassen, Montgomery, Lesko, all these guys competing for the number 5. We have Uceda, Kevin Kelly, Brusdar Graterol, that recent signing, Rod Guy, our number 1 pick. Clevenger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus Faedo, 6, Manny Rodriguez, Englert. These guys compete for number 7. We have Fairbanks as our closer. Basalo and Piper. Keegan might battle here for the backup spot. Sanchez and Aranda at first. Garcia at second. Caminero. Braden Taylor's just on the 40-man. He's not coming up at all, but he'll at least get invited to spring training. But Junior's our starter at third. Carson Williams, now he's signed for the next 4 years to give us Gold Glove shortstop. Caballero gives us a bench bat. So does Brooks Lee in case we have an injury. Morel, Palacios, Figueroa. Figueroa's going to DH. Palacios, Morel both play left field. Center field, we have Evan Carter and Chandler Simpson. Simpson's going to actually be playing against lefties. Carter against righties. And then Trey Morgan's going to play every day in right field. And that will be our lineup going into spring training. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I am not going to hop into spring training. We had a lot of stuff going on in this offseason, a lot of signings, a lot of moving around and stuff. And I want to kind of split this into, so we're just going to make this short and sweet for this offseason episode. So we improved our roster, moved some guys around, and we will come back with a spring training one so I can focus mainly on gameplay. I want to see Morgan in right field. I want to see Sanchez at first base. We have some pitchers that are competing for the number 5 spot, so I'll probably put almost all of them in the rotation so they can all get a bunch of starts and see how they do. I don't care if we win or lose in spring training. So we can make that its own little episode so we can really focus on those position battles. So again, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell, and I will be back very soon for a special spring training position battle episode of the Tampa Bay Rays MLB 25 franchise.